Looking for something new? We thought so. SVP is mixing things up, and digital TV, it'll never be the same. Download the SVP app today on Roku, Apple, and Fire TV. Watch us. You know why? Tune in to Talking Law with attorney Daryl O'Neill and the special guest host, attorney Jerome Payne. Live TV talk on your digital device on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. Download the SVP TV app right now. Check us out every Tuesday on Comcast Cable, Channel 17, 8:30 p.m. And we are live every Friday on Facebook Live, 6 o'clock in the evening. You've got a question? Our attorneys have the answer. So let's talk law with attorney Daryl O'Neill on the SVP TV network.
Welcome to Talking Law with Daryl O'Neill. I'm your host. I got my main man, Jerome, with me.
Hey, Daryl, what's going on, man?
Another day in the neighborhood.
Yes, sir.
You know, we were just talking, and we'll give our shout-outs here in a minute, and we'll talk about what you need to do. But we were just talking, and we were actually trying to develop our topic.
Yes.
But, you know, so if you got Facebook Live, I mean, pick the phone up, call.
Right.
We'll answer whatever questions you have.
All right. All right.
You know, that's what we're going to do for you. But if you don't want to answer that question or ask that question now, leave it in the chat, and we'll get it out of the chat, and we'll have a conversation, and we'll pick those questions up and give them out.
And you know, Daryl, when I was growing up, they had some candy called Now or Later, you know.
Yeah.
So we can do that, you know.
Yeah.
We can either answer it now or we can answer it later.
Yeah.
So.
And look, people always talk about the expense of lawyers. Guess what? It's free. Today or anytime we're on these live shows, if you got a question, it's free.
That's right.
And there's only one dumb question.
The one that you didn't ask.
That's the one.
That's the dumb question.
Yeah.
And Daryl, I don't understand it. I'm sitting here now. This month will be my 29th year of practice. And you got what, 22? 22. Look, man, almost 50 years worth of knowledge sitting here. And I always say that I have $1 million education in my head. Like it's $1 million right there, man.
Dog, I got more than $1 million in my head, man. I think I may be closer to them off the table.
Right.
Regardless of what topic we're talking about, we
That's
will
right.
actually move in and answer your question. So the other thing we need to say, hey, well, shout outs to California, shout outs to Little Rock, Arkansas, shout outs to West Memphis, Arkansas, shout out to Memphis, Shelby County, Tennessee, shout out to Mississippi, because we're right on that borderline.
Yes.
And shout out to Missouri, Mom, the great state of Missouri.
All right.
All right now. So, Jerome, we were talking, and, you know, it's kind of like our line. It's kind of like, you know, you can call us and ask any question, and there's no bad questions or whatever question you ask. If you have a legal issue or a legal concern, let me tell you the dumbest thing in the world. No. Dumb is too nice. Let me tell you the stupidest thing in the world. If you are getting ready to engage in a legal endeavor, no matter how small it is, no matter how large it is, the stupidest thing in the world is not to contact a lawyer for a consultation.
Right. And there, you know what? Well, I wouldn't go as far as to call them stupid or.
I ain't call them stupid. I said their conduct is stupid. I don't attack people now. I attack conduct. Your conduct is stupid.
I wouldn't go as far as to say that because, and you know, and we made ignorant be a dirty word, and it's really not a dirty word.
Well,
it just simply means that you don't know.
Yeah.
And our people don't necessarily feel comfortable in the legal arena.
Yeah, but
and so that's why we are offering this kind of service.
Yeah.
And particularly, if you get some kind of notice about a legal matter, do not respond. Now that doesn't make sense for you to put it on the side of the table and not respond to it, because you never know. That could be your golden parachute.
Right.
You know, we talk about golden parachutes all the time. And so, but you have no idea what's going on if you don't inquire.
Well, and here's the thing. We do this show every Friday.
Yes.
We either do it at 6 o'clock or we do it at 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
One of those two times that we do it. You know, and we do that every Friday, which is the live show. And then it shows on Channel 17 at Tuesday at 8:30.
That's correct.
And, you know, but you can always go on the SVP TV network app or the SVP
I called the other night, but this is what I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll either have a consultation,
Right.
or we'll try our very best to bring it back to the show the next
Right.
time.
Right.
Anyway, we're letting you know that we are available.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
assist you.
I'm gonna correct Jerome. I don't have no Facebook page.
Oh, you don't have Facebook?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Okay.
Somebody got to maintain it. But I do have a website.
Okay.
And you can go to my website and you can actually, there's a link in there that you can leave me a message and it emails me directly.
Okay, all right.
So, and look, here's the thing. If somebody is trying to collect a judgment against you for $10,000, is it worth a $100 consultation fee? Or if it's worth 5 minutes of your time to watch a show to potentially answer that question to save yourself $10,000, that I ain't got to do that. Now, Pookie ain't went to nobody's law school. Pookie he ain't even go to class.
Right.
So he don't have a college degree,
Right.
no high school diploma, but he's telling you what the law is.
Right.
And here's the crazy thing, you listening to
Right.
it. I mean, Pookie ain't got since God gave a goat.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, again, knowledge is, you know, the joke is knowledge is power, but I think it absolutely is power.
Yes.
And it is definitely power when you are going to lose your financial aspects of your life, your living arrangements, your car,
That's right.
you know, your house. Shucks, your girlfriend.
And you're absolutely right about a judgment. A judgment can go down against you by what we call default.
Yeah, yeah.
If you receive notice, and that's one of the hallmarks of our legal system, is notice and an opportunity to be heard.
Right,
So you basically give your opportunity to be heard away
right.
by not appearing, by not inquiring, and by not showing up.
Well, but then there's a second way they give it away. They go down to General Sessions Court and they say, "Do you owe the debt?" Oh, yeah, I owe it.
Yeah, true.
You know, they won't make them
And
prove their. But that's a different point.
But you're absolutely
Because
right.
you did in
Yeah.
fact go.
That's right.
So I mean, you know, you did in fact go.
That's right.
You know, but you know there is, you know, nuances. You know, so somebody will be getting ready to get evicted, right?
Right.
And they know they ain't pay rent. They ain't pay rent in 3 or 4 or 5 months. And then they'll come into court and they come up with a new theory, right? He won't fix this. Okay, that's nice. And you probably are right. But they are so stuck on the fact that he didn't fix this, I ain't gotta pay. The law says you must pay. Because that's a contract.
Mm-hmm.
Just because they breach their terms don't allow you to breach your terms.
True.
And in order to take advantage of the fact that they breached their terms, you have to sue them.
Right.
You know, so you have to sue them to do that. You can't withhold rent. And if the place is uninhabitable, because the law says if it's uninhabitable,
Then why you want us to keep staying there?
why are you still there? If it's uninhabitable,
Right.
leave.
Right. Look.
You got roaches everywhere, rats running around.
And,
Leave.
and there's mold, and I'm sick, my children are sick.
Leave. I mean,
Right.
you know, you can't have your cake and eat it too.
That's exactly
You
right.
can't say that this place is uninhabitable, but I don't want to leave.
That's exactly right.
I don't want to pay, but I should be able to stay here.
That's exactly
even
right.
though it's uninhabitable.
Yeah.
The law doesn't protect that. The law protects you. And to protect you, if it's uninhabitable, it says leave.
Right.
Now, if they don't have no air conditioning and you hot, and it's, it's a Memphis summer, leave.
But Darryl, where am I going to go?
I don't know. But if it's uninhabitable, you can't stay there.
Well, Darryl, we know that rental spaces are limited in Memphis, and people just cannot get up and just leave like that.
That is the absolute crock of crap that I've ever heard.
Okay.
You cannot say that the place is uninhabitable.
Oh, I'm talking about a different thing.
Yeah.
Now, you said it's very simple to solve the problem of it being uninhabitable. It's to leave. But where?
I didn't say it was simple.
But where do I go?
I didn't say that was simple.
Okay.
I'm saying that's what you must do.
Okay.
No. I never said that that's the simple thing.
Okay. All right.
That's
Right.
the law.
Right.
I mean, if you're saying that it's uninhabitable,
Okay.
you cannot stay there. Because that's the definition of uninhabitable.
Mhm.
I can't stay here.
Mhm.
Now, where you go, I don't know the answer to that question. Is rental, an
Rental
issue?
assistance available?
Is rental property, finding a place, is that a problem?
It is.
Probably.
It truly is.
Can you afford to just get up and just leave? Probably not.
Yes.
But you can't make those arguments don't go together.
There are apples and oranges.
Man, they are opposites. They with those magnets, they diabolical magnets, whatever you call those, where the magnets automatically, repel itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you have to leave. I mean, but if you choose to stay, you must pay. If you leave your clothes there, just because you can't take them with them, you must pay.
Wow.
If you don't give them the key back, because you don't want nobody getting your stuff out of there, you must pay. Because that's analogous to being there.
If you don't do a walkthrough when you leave,
You gonna pay.
you're going to pay.
You gonna pay. Because, the statute protects that.
Yes.
You're not gonna be responsible for all the
All the
damage.
repairs
all the
and
repairs
damage,
that you
yeah.
left.
Okay.
Even if you
Okay.
did,
Okay.
you tear the house up.
Okay.
Because he's got to prove that he gave you notice. Now, here's what they do. Because where do I give you notice at?
Interesting.
Well, I mail it to your house.
To the same house
the
that
same-
I'm leaving
Yeah.
because it's uninhabitable
It's
there.
uninhabitable.
That-
They'll
that-
mail it to their house.
that don't
But if
make
you've
sense, does it?
moved,
Well, you're forwarding the address.
There you go.
Yeah, you have to do a
you
forwarding
got.
address.
If you gonna move,
Okay.
you gotta protect yourself.
Yes,
Get you a forward your address.
that's right.
I mean, it's, look, these all things that are just, okay, these are all things that are not trifling. You look at me like I said, but that's what these are.
Right.
When you drop something on the floor, should you pick it up?
Absolutely.
But people don't.
Yeah.
That's trifling.
Right.
When somebody take your stuff away from you, right?
Right.
And you need to protect yourself, and you don't send them a letter, you don't put them on notice, you haven't protected yourself. That's trifling.
Okay. I got you.
If you don't pay your rent, they put you out. You can't say
Well. Not they put you out, but they get a judgment
to put you out.
against you. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah.
Because somebody will take that there and run with that.
You better not.
Yeah.
You better not. You better not just come and put somebody.
Right.
You better not.
Right. So it's an unlawful ouster,
Right.
landlord, unless you get permission
Right.
to regain possession. And that's a good point, Darryl. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Once I sign a lease with a tenant, that means I have given up my right to have use and enjoyment of that property
Right.
until the lease terms end by whatever, by the date, or it ends by default.
Right.
And so once that occurs, you have to get a judge to then turn around and give you possession
Right.
back.
Right.
Okay, and once that occurs, but that's still not the end yet. That just simply means that you have a right to regain possession.
Right.
And so it still requires that you get a writ.
Right.
A writ of possession. Now that's also a legal matter that requires that you have an officer of the law, a special deputy or someone, a sheriff deputy, to come and allow you to regain possession.
Right.
So it's still several steps involved, even though you've regained opportunity for possession.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, that's because if you notice, if you're in a house, right, that you were used to be the owner of,
That's right.
and you ain't paid in 6 or 7 months, and they decide to foreclose, the bank decides to foreclose. Well, when the bank finishes foreclosing, regardless of how long it takes, they just can't come in there and just throw your stuff out.
That's exactly right.
They still have to go to court
Right.
and get permission to take possession of that property.
But also too, there, remember that we are a non-judicial foreclosure state. They don't have to go to court to do foreclosures.
Now, that's a different. I'm not talking about the foreclosure itself.
Oh, okay, what are you talking about?
I'm just talking about
get
putting-
possession again.
get possession
That
again.
means you still got to go to General Sessions Court.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
get-
you got
to
you
get
got to go to
possession.
court to get
That's
possession.
right, that's right.
No. You're the skilled guy on that foreclosure
right,
and all the other stuff.
Right, it's non-judicial.
Right.
So that can occur without even having a court of law
Right.
involved. But they still have to advertise at least 2 weeks now, I think. They used to have to advertise 3 times, but they have to advertise 2 times now in order to conduct a foreclosure.
That I learned accidentally. You know, because if the city takes your property for taxes,
That's just recent.
yeah,
That's recent.
yeah, if the city takes your property for taxes,
Right.
you can redeem that property within a certain period of time.
Right.
If they foreclose on your property, the redemption law doesn't apply to you.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
Is that-
John.
is that
I did not know. I
Wait,
found
wait. If who forecloses? The mortgage company?
mortgage
forecloses?
company.
Right, there is no, yeah.
there is no.
Redemption
You
period.
waive it.
That's right.
In your deed of trust.
That's
and all.
exactly right.
Oh my God, man! The first time I read that, I was like, "Oh wow!"
That's exactly right.
I mean, everybody gives you an opportunity to correct or fix or catch up or do whatever, except for your mortgage.
That's
company.
exactly right.
I was shocked.
And also too, there, if your home is foreclosed on, not foreclosed, I'm sorry, sold at a tax sale,
Mhm.
you can file a bankruptcy and pretty much have that set aside as being, you can do it because it was not the value that the house is worth. Because, you know, whenever you do a tax sale, they usually sell it for less than what the fair market value is. So that is a way for you to recover your property even after it's gone to the tax sale. That's something very, very new in the last 3 or 4, but last 6 months. So always try and get some legal.
Hey, Carla, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
You gonna get some of this free legal advice?
Yes, I just have a simple question.
Yes, ma'am.
How do you handle squatters?
Ooh. So squatters are interesting.
Yes.
But I think under the law, you still have to evict the squatter.
No question about
Yeah,
it.
squatters still get the same protection as a regular landlord, a regular tenant.
That's right.
I mean, even though they don't have a lease, you still would have to evict them because they've been over there in it for a period of time.
That's right.
And you have to basically regain, your property
That's
back.
exactly right. And that's why you use the term, you may or may not know who they are by
Right,
name.
right,
But
right.
you can do it by calling them the occupants.
Yeah, unknown occupant.
That's right.
Yeah, unknown occupant. And that's what happens when you have squat. Because really what you're supposed to do is you're really supposed to protect your property.
That's
You're supposed
right.
to keep it occupied, watch it, keep
Periodically go
periodic
by,
check it.
make sure
Yeah,
what's going on.
right.
Yes.
So if squatters are in there, that's because you probably didn't do what you're supposed to do.
That's right.
Now, there is an alternate way how to deal with squatters. Most people don't know this. Call the police.
That's interesting.
Because what you can do is call the police and say that they broke in your house.
Okay.
Okay.
Because they're not squatting, because they're not authorized to be there.
True. That's good.
They're illegally there, so they have broken in your house. So that's criminal.
But a good squatter can come up with I've been living here for 6 months.
Yeah, but yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. So, and police officers are not supposed to get involved in that situation.
Well, what the police officer will normally ask them is, let me see your lease,
Okay.
or let me see your contract, or let me see something.
All right.
And if you don't have one,
Right.
then the owner is gonna say, this person broke in here, and that's burglary.
That's interesting.
That's how I would,
Yeah.
that's an alternate way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah, good question. Good question.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
good
ma'am.
luck to you. So,
right, thank you.
and you can file that yourself.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
And,
All right.
Bye.
and you so you know, there with the new access to justice, they are trying, and that's something that Judge Higgins is real high on.
She is. She is.
Where you go down to a civil court, General Sessions Court, where Mike Williams is
Our boy, Mike. Yeah.
is the COA, and then
Yeah.
so
CEO.
CAO.
Yeah.
So, and then you ask for a specific form. You can't do it on the regular civil service warrant.
Yeah, right.
And if you,
Yeah, you got, there's a specific one. If you go there and do for money damages, then you didn't do the
that's
right form.
exactly
'Cause-
right. So they got another 30 days,
Yeah.
60 days, or 90 days because you fill out the wrong form. So you have to be specific about what it is that you're asking for. And it's an FED.
Yeah.
It's a federal entry detainer
Yeah.
suit that you're doing.
Yeah, well, actually forcible.
Oh, forcible.
For-
Yeah,
yeah.
forcible. That's right.
But here's the funny part about it, Jerome. I did the math.
Okay.
How long do you think it takes you to get somebody out of a house?
It probably takes about,
If you did if everything
everything is
happened,
right,
what's the shortest period of time?
probably 30 days.
That's about right.
Yeah.
It, because what ends up it's about right.
You got to hit everything just right.
And it's not gonna hit right. It's not gonna hit right. Because if you get them served
Right, right.
and you get it down there, and see, here's the problem now.
Yeah.
Because you got to get it down there, and you got to set it 2 weeks.
Right.
Because they got to have 2 weeks before your court day to get on the docket. Then once you get on the docket, right,
Right.
the first setting, you get an automatic right of continuance.
Yes. And look, and the tenant's going to show him, say, Your Honor, I need a continuance.
Right.
Well, do you owe the money? Your Honor, I need a continuance.
Nah, we ain't gonna talk
and
about
they're
that.
bound to give you
Right.
at least, and you ask for more time than
Yeah.
you're going to get.
But the most
Because
you can get is 10 days.
It's 10 days.
Right.
So they're probably just only going to give you 7 days to try to get you back in front of the court again.
Yeah, most of the time they give the 10.
Okay.
So, but think about it. But
Okay.
that's 14.
Okay.
That's 10. That's 24 days. Then you get back to court, right?
Right.
Then once you get a judgment, it's
Well-
got to sit for how long? 10 days.
Well, if the elected judge is not sitting
my
that day,
God. Oh my God!
if
yeah.
you go in and there's a special judge and you don't see the judge with a robe on, you can say, I don't want my case heard by no Rudy Poop.
Oh my God!
I want the local elected judge to hear my case, and they have to continue it again.
Yeah. Or transfer you to another court.
Well, they stopped. I thought they stopped trying.
Well, most judges are not taking a
They
transfer.
won't take a
Yeah,
transfer.
most of them not taking
Look,
it. But
even then, Daryl, even then, I don't want my case transferred to another court.
I think you can get. I think you can do that.
I think you can. I think you have an argument.
You can fight about it,
You,
brother.
you have an argument that I was assigned to this court. The Lord told me I was going to go in front of this judge, and I believe that he has touched the heart of that judge, and I'm going to have a favorable ruling. I do not want to be transferred, and I think you can.
Now there, I'm not going to go because
I believe-
But most of the judges will. They normally, they don't
I
accept.
think you
cases.
got to agree.
Yeah.
Because they ask you to sign a paper that you agree, Daryl.
That's for the special judge to hear.
But even a transfer.
Oh
man,
no!
You don't think so?
No. If you got trial designation on your jacket,
Okay.
especially if it's an FED action, because that's by statute.
Okay.
By statute, the longest is 10 days. That's
Okay.
by statute.
Okay.
So so that's so that. But then 1410, right? That's 24.
I think the judge ought to recuse themselves.
That
'Cause
ain't
I
gonna
worked in this campaign.
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. None of those things are gonna happen.
There, I believe that there are so many arguments. I was prepared to go in front of Judge X, and now against one of the judges that he knows. No, that's just not.
Oh, wow.
That's just unfair. And all of y'all work together, the lawyers and judges.
Anyway,
How many times have they said that there?
I ain't never heard it, but if you do, because cases will never get heard, because all judges are old lawyers. All right, y'all, look, all judges used to be lawyers, so that'll never. Anyway, thank you for watching the show. We'll see you back next week.
Ladies, do you feel feminine during your feminine flow? You know, your monthly cycle, your period? Are you still suffering in silence? The suffering is over. It's time to choose rain. With 8 layers of cotton, high-grade polymers, graphene to help cut bacteria by 99.9%. Ladies, let's protect the most precious jewel in the world, you.
Rain Premium Sanitary Napkins do not make any medically backed claims or personal recommendations of any kind. For more information, contact Marilyn McGee.